During our next lectures, we will take a tour of continental Europe and then cross the Channel to England. Our first lecture continues our discussion of the Anabaptists mentioned in connection with the Swiss reformer Ulrich Zwingli. These radical reformers intended to reform the church back to the New Testament era, before the union of church and state. But Zwingli didn't agree. He saw the Zurich City Council as necessary for the establishment and maintenance of his Reformation. When the Anabaptists insisted on believers' baptism and the city council would not abandon infant baptism, Zwingli sided with the council. He hunted down his former students, persecuted and executed them. The Anabaptist movement, however, was broad and varied, including not only the movement in Switzerland, but also movements that developed independently and along different lines in Germany, Austria, and the Netherlands. The Anabaptists are important to us because they rediscovered believers' baptism and advocated religious liberty. In many ways, they influenced the later development of English Baptists. Next, we will look at the life and teachings of John Calvin, one of the most influential figures in church history. He was a second-generation reformer, building upon the reforms of Martin Luther and Ulrich Zwingli, but he was a formidable reformer in his own right. Also a controversial figure, Calvin has been either adored or abhorred during the nearly 500 centuries since he published the Institutes of the Christian Religion. Finally, we cross over to England to study the English Reformation, begun almost by accident by King Henry VIII, who did not want to reform the church, but only wanted a divorce. So he separated from the Roman Church to establish the Church of England with himself as its head. Then he granted himself a divorce, and thus began the English Reformation. As we will see, the course of religion in England did not go smoothly, and it ultimately led to dissension and persecution, civil war and restoration, toleration and decline. But it also birthed the Baptist faith, and so it interests and involves us greatly. I trust that you will find this unit to be engaging and informative. As you read through the PowerPoints, please also listen to the audio lectures. They will help you read between the lines of text to learn more about these influential individuals, groups, and movements of the Reformation. Let's get started.